back with another Let's Lift episode. Today we're going to be doing back and biceps.
And we're starting it off with some rack pulls. This is a lovely exercise, really hitting the, lower portion of the back, a little bit in the hamstrings and glutes, but yeah, you'll definitely feel in the back in the activity. You're getting a lot of hip action as well, so it's just a nice exercise to go super heavy in.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Picking things up and putting them down. Yeah. That is a very simple thing to do, but it can feel very rewarding, and this is a great exercise for doing just that. Especially on a beautiful morning, me and Brandon, we usually get up very early to work out. Sun's just beginning to rise, as you can see. It's Southern California. Hey, there's a lot worse places we could be.
Damn right. Got the palm tree in the background, the sunrise, the fresh air, there's a lot of homeless people smoking and stuff around.
I know, that's the worst. We're working outdoors, and there's nothing worse than when you're doing a rack pull and someone just lights up a cigarette right outside the fence and all the smoke's just blowing into your lungs. You're like, oh my God.
Great, thanks.
But other than that,
we already have a hard time breathing.
I know, right? We're already getting enough shit for being out of breath during these videos.
Going on to lat pull downs.
Oh yeah. Moving indoors, there was too much smoke, so we went inside. And this is a great exercise for those of you who are having trouble performing pull-ups. It's a very common question we get, so we would really recommend doing some lat pull-downs. We usually do pull-ups in our routine, but today we're deciding to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, switching up feels good, and this one I feel like it can kind of help isolate the movement a bit more. Your body is a bit more stable, so there's no kind of swinging, there's no kipping, anything like that. It's purely in the lats, you can control the weight a little bit more, so you can get a little bit higher reps, get more activity in there. And you can really concentrate on that perfect form, really kind of depressing the scapula downwards, kind of getting that full contraction at the bottom, bringing those elbows as far back and down as possible.
And moving on to the seated close grip rows. This is one of my favorite back exercises of all times. I just really love the feeling. It seems more than anything, it's like you're pulling, you can almost imagine yourself
like rowing a big ship.
I was thinking the exact same thing. If any of you have seen the classic movie Ben-Hur, remember Charlton Heston, all the other dudes in the galley rowing away.
Big drum, just banging on the drum in tune.
Yeah, and you can do the same thing. Move to that tempo, the tempo in your head. So
ramming speed.
Yeah. Visualization is great in this exercise.
Yeah, definitely on the top list here for the back exercises. And getting a little bit of movement in here, you can feel, I really like getting the stretch at the bottom position and then pulling it back. The elbows, really try to get the elbows as far back as possible with full contraction on those ones is good.
Moving on to a unilateral exercise, we're going to be doing single arm rows. So for those of you who maybe are feeling like you're a little bit stronger on one side or the other, we really recommend throwing some unilateral exercises into your workout. We always recommend starting with your weaker side first. So for me, that would be my right side. And that's exactly what I'm doing, getting it done.
Yeah, this positioning is very similar to the seated rows, but like Hudson was just saying, it's a unilateral exercise, so you're really isolating one side over the other. And you can also just switch this out to, like, you'll see a lot of dumbbell rows, kind of bent over dumbbell rows, kind of similar, but this one is a seated, so you feel a little bit more stable as far as the core and legs and things like that. So if you're having a hard time getting in position, because a lot of people will turn their hips as they row with the dumbbells, with this one, a bit more stable, and you just feel like you can isolate it a little bit more. So if you're struggling with any exercise, usually move on to like a hammer strength machine or just like a cable machine or anything like that, which kind of helps you keep you into position during this exercise.
And it can also just be a nice refreshing change as well, only due to the fact that sometimes you get so locked into the habit, all of a sudden you do another variation of an exercise and it feels really damn good because it tweaks it just enough where you go, oh wow, I felt this a little bit more than I did, or you feel a little bit more inspired because you're doing it in a slightly different way.
Speaking of different ways, we usually do the dumbbell pullovers, but in this gym's great. They have the machine pullovers, which again, very similar motion as a dumbbell pullover, but you're doing the machine, and just changes up a little bit. Not a lot, same kind of motion, same muscles activated, but yeah, just that slight difference can sometimes make all the difference.
Pullovers is an exercise which has been in our repertoire for
pulling out the big words.
Oh my God! Wow, yeah.
Buff brain.
Buff brain, yeah. That's the only large word more than 3 syllables I know. So I have to use it from time to time. But this is one that we've enjoyed for many years, the pullovers, typically with dumbbells, switching up a little bit with machine. Still feels damn good.
Really concentrating on getting that nice, really deep breath on the way back and then exhaling at the top position. That'll really help kind of get that feeling of the exercise in a good tempo as well.
Okay, the smoke has cleared, so we went back
We come
outside.
back
And we are doing 21s.
Ooh, 21, man. It's been a while since these guys. Loved them. They're very difficult, but shoot, man, if you want a good bicep pump and good activation, then these are the ones to do for sure. The problem is with these ones, you really try to have to keep the good form because you're increasing the repetitions quite a bit, 21 reps in total, and you're changing the kind of range of motion on them. So keep it a little bit lighter, so that way you can kind of really keep that strict form and feel it, the engagement in the biceps.
As you can see, we're doing 3 variations of the curl, just bringing it up to the chest in the beginning, then just from the chest to shoulders, and then the full range of motion on the final 7. So you want to keep the weight a little lighter as well, because this one is going to catch up to you really, really fast.
Halfway up, halfway down, then full.
Oh yeah.
Or really any kind of, you can do full first, halfway down, halfway up, so you can kind of switch it around depending.
Moving on to an old school exercise, the Zottman curls. Excellent for both the biceps and the forearms.
And what are the major motions in this? There's 2 motions. It starts with an S and starts with a P. Comment below.
We featured it in a song we just released on our channel called Heavy Metal Atmosphere. For that exact reason, we figured let's make a funny song which actually has a little bit of workout knowledge as well. So if you know the song, sing it in your head, and you'll know exactly what we're doing right now.
Damn right. Zottman curls. It's been a while actually since I've been doing these, performing this exercise. So, you know, there's so many exercises out there. Sometimes you'll do an exercise for a while, you kind of forget about it a little bit, and then you'll come back to it, and it's like breathing new life into the exercise.
But they also help you to grow.
True. To grow as a person.
Yeah, bigger, better buff dudes.
There we go. All right. Good analogy there at the end, just to finish this this workout off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
There's one more to go.
We have legs.
Let's lift.
Everyone's favorite.
Yeah.
Our final Let's Lift episode. So look forward to that one, and I think that's pretty much it. We're just wrapping up our cutting plan. Look for that November 24th. We're going to get it started January 1st, and we're going to hit it hard. And we hope you do too. We're going to have eating videos, workout, kind of like day in the life. We're going to really make the whole series about the day in the life thing, so we hope you enjoy it.
But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and until next time,
stay buff.